What's going on, everybody? My name is Jake and welcome back to more Pokemon Emerald. In the last episode, we went through the seafloor cavern and defeated Team Aqua and its leader Archie for presumably the last time. And then he activated the red orb to try to awaken Kyogre, but similar to when Maxie used the blue orb to awaken Groudon, Kyogre flipped shit, and now both Kyogre and Groudon are in the center of Sootopolis City duking it out, and it's got all the weather messed up, and the world itself is at risk right now. So Steven brought us to meet Wallace at the Cave of Origin in Sootopolis, and Wallace talked about a third Pokemon that played into, the rivalry between Kyogre and Groudon. And then we deciphered that third Pokemon is at the Sky Pillar, which is in Pacifilog Town. So in this part, we're going to be headed to Pacifilog Town, which I actually started recording this, and I was asked backwards on how to get to Pacifilog. So it's kind of funny, the weather is only affected in Moss Deep and the surrounding area around Sootopolis, but as you see here, once we get to Route 129, 130, and so on, and if you go to any other town in the game, the weather is completely normal. So maybe that's just because the effects of it haven't fully spread as we, are gonna have a random trainer battle here, but yeah, at first I thought you could go directly west of Sootopolis to get to Pacifilog, but that wasn't the case. And then I tried going east of Slateport, and you can't do that because there's those, those rapid riptides, whatever you want to call them, that go a certain direction and they push you back towards Slateport. Again, it's been a while since I've, ever gotten to the end of this. So yeah, I just scrapped that. I recorded for like 4 minutes, and really it was just me walking around, surfing around with my, head between my ass, so. But now we got a better sense of direction here. We can go to Pacifilog, go to the Sky Pillar, and yeah, try to summon this third Pokemon that Wallace claims to be real. And I'm just going to say this now, the Pokemon that we are going to encounter today, it's my favorite legendary ever, man. Anyone who has played this game knows who the third legendary in Hoenn is, or the third, key legendary in Hoenn is. And, it really doesn't have a role, at least not in terms of the story, in Ruby and Sapphire, but in Emerald it really, it gets its shine, if you will. But I guess if there's anyone watching this and never played Gen 3, I won't spoil who it is, but I am excited for this part because we're going to be encountering not really encountering, because this portion of the game you can't catch any of the legendaries yet. At least not the, what's their... They have like a name for their trio. I can't remember what it is. It's like, almost spoiled the name. Groudon's like, the land Pokemon, and then Kyogre's the sea, obviously, and then the third one is the sky. And its Pokedex entry is the Sky High Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. So, anyways, I'm excited to be running into, again, my favorite legendary in the entire game. Across all the games, I should say. I know it's a bad matchup, but we need to get camera up some work here, so... Oh my god, Fernando. I don't even know who you are. One of the guitar guys, because he's talking about writing a song. Let's go ahead and do this double battle, and then I'm guessing we're getting pretty close to Pacifilog here. So, but really in this part, I just want to, get to Sky Pillar and, calm down Kyogre and Groudon, and then that'll be it. So, I don't really mind doing some of these trainer battles here because we're not really going to do a whole lot else in this. But anyway, let's go for Earthquake, because Altaria can't get hit by Earthquake. This is like the ideal double battle duo here. And I just need you to survive this camera up. I don't know if you will, because you're quad weak to it. And he does! Does he outspeed a freaking Goldeen? No, but it goes to Altaria. Alright. Doesn't affect Altaria, but it will hit everything else in the field, and I think this will it'll definitely knock out Tentacruel because of the ground subtype, or the poison subtype of Tentacruel. Which, ground being super effective on poison, make sense to me, I don't know, but... Anyway, Camerup's first screen time in what feels like ages. We're gonna have to switch her out here, though, as more Pokemon come in, but, you know, at least she will get the experience for it. Let's go Dragon Breath on the Spheal, and let's get Sceptile out of here. So, anyway, if you remember in the last part I was talking about the impending snowstorm that was coming in, and it's coming down. I had my TV on to watch like the conference championship pregame for football today, which I'm recording this about 45 minutes or so before those games are about to start. So I'll get this ready and upload it while those games are going on. But it like cut out the pregame show to the weather, report, and it said that Franklin County, which I don't want to dox myself obviously, but I think I've mentioned I live in Ohio anyway, got like 13 inches overnight, and we're currently in a level 3 winter weather advisory, which anything 3 or higher means it's like illegal to be on the roads. Like you have to be sheltered in. So thankfully I went to Kroger yesterday, got me some water, got me some chicken, and I'm good. I'm good to be cooped up here, but I'm kind of hoping, even though it's going to make my work busy as hell for the days that come after, I'm hoping this level 3 advisory lasts overnight into the morning so I don't have to go into work tomorrow. That would be phenomenal. But we shall see. Okay, another double battle here. So we're going to go ahead and do the same strategy here. Altaria, Camerupt. I guess there's probably not a way to even do these battles solo, unless you... Oh, that's not true. If you go in front of them while they're swimming away from each other, then you could do them one at a time. But who wants to do that? That's not fun. But yeah, so I'm cooped up, all good. My power has yet to go off, unless it went off overnight while I was sleeping, and obviously didn't know about it, but yeah, they weren't lying about how much snow we were going to get. It's really coming down. It started at like 9 or 10 p.m. last night and just has kept going. But if only I was, in elementary school again, and I'd already have a snow day, because on that same news report, it showed all the schools that were canceled for tomorrow already. I'm like, man, this might be one. It could turn into like upwards of 3 snow days. Well, maybe not 3, but definitely multiple. Alright, we keep running into random trainers here, so we'll do this battle and hopefully we can avoid, random trainers while we go to Pacifilog, and I'll go around off camera and see if I can spot any that I missed, but don't want to take too much time doing this. We got to go save the world here. You and your Pelipper, you're not on the same level as me as far as saving the world, so you need to get out of here. We get a critical hit just for good measure. Alright. So now let's see if I can avoid trainers as best I can here. Alright. No way your sight range is that long. Okay, yeah, there we go. So now here we are in Pacifilog Town, and it's kind of like Fortree City in that there's a couple, towns in this game that have really special gimmicks, where Fortree City, all the houses and stuff are in the trees, but in here they live on the sea, and they have the little logs for connecting bridges and stuff. So really, really unique little town, but I don't think it serves a ton of purpose other than, you know, here in Emerald being, you know, defying the Sky Pillar and all that. But I guess we can talk to a couple NPCs. Why not? People were saying they saw Pokemon flying high above home. Is it flying around all the time? Doesn't it need to rest somewhere? What do you got to say? Where did you come from? Yes or no? No, I didn't come from that. Wait. Yes Town? I've never... Okay, that's... A Sky Pokemon, Sky Pokemon! You gotta think the developers put pieces of dialogue in that just to laugh at themselves. I'm gonna climb. It's too scary to get to that. Laugh at sea level and Pacificlog. That suits me fine. Pussy! Just kidding. As you see, not a very... Okay, he's talking about the Reggies. If you know, you know. We might... Well, not might, but... I'll get into, you know, the Reggies at some point in this playthrough. Probably more towards the post-game. So actually, we were supposed to be out this way anyway. So... I guess we can do a couple of these trainer battles. Because again, I'm not... Other than, you know, doing the Sky Pillar, I'm not going to do anything else in this episode. Because we'll save the gym battle for Sootopolis for the next part. So what's another double battle? Why not? Azumarill and Wingull. So unfortunately cannot hit Wingull with Earthquake. But I can hit Azumarill for sure. Alright, one hit KO, 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 one hit KO. Wow, not even close. Alright, thankfully it's just water gun, so... Oh! We survived, though! Holy crap, yeah. I knew it was going to be... And that's kind of why I boxed camera up for a little bit while we had our HM slaves, because I knew it was just going to be really hard to train her in these areas, because it's just such a stark weakness. So I think for the gym, I might honestly just give her the experience share. Okay. So now, okay, there it was. All right. Go ahead and heal up Camerupt. I'm pretty sure it's in this way. Either that or this is Shoal Cave. No, this is Sky Pillar. Okay. So we got to start making our way upwards. And here's Wallace, who we met in the last episode. Oh my, I'm terribly sorry. In my haste, I didn't notice that I'd left you behind. I've opened the locked door of the Sky Pillar. Jake, let's be on our way. It's an earthquake! There's not a moment to waste. We've got to hurry. So I think if you came here... You know, obviously before this, there'd be a door or something locked on here, but yeah, we have not came here yet. This isn't good. The weather distortion is spreading even here. Jake, Rayquaza should be farther up from here. I'm worried about Sootopolis. I've got to go back. Everything is in your hands now. Don't fail us. Alright. So maybe they did reference Rayquaza in the last part, so me trying to not spoil what we were going after was all in vain. But either way, yeah, Rayquaza is my favorite legendary, so I'm excited to see the little 16-bit animations we get of Rayquaza in this. Oh my gosh, Altaria, I know you're not that much slower than a freaking Golbat. Come on! Jesus. Throwing a freaking repel. I know you can find like Sableyes and, you know, obviously Golbats and probably Zubats, just like every other fucking dungeon in, you know, the first 3 generations of games. Alright, so Sky Pillar. If you have the Mach Bike, you can go through, you see these little cracks in the ground, you can, you know, go through those really fast and not fall immediately. But in this, you actually don't need the Mach Bike to get through Sky Pillar. you can just take this basic route it gives you, and it takes you up to the top. But if you want to come back, you would want the Mach bike so that you can go through those little cracks and then choose the one you want to go down. I'm sure there's like items or something that we can come back to. But anyway, now that we are here at the top of Sky Pillar, there he is. The awakened Rayquaza flew off. No, stay, let me catch you. Aw, I love Rayquaza. Alright, let's fly out of here. So now we want to go back to Sootopolis. Now that Rayquaza is awakened, go here. It'll take us back to the center where Groudon and Kyogre are duking it out. And just watch this beautiful animation. And after all that, the world is healed, the weather is back to normal, and we can go on with the story again. So, yes, Rayquaza, God, that scene is so badass, and that's part of the reason I love Rayquaza. Like, the design is awesome. It's made numerous, appearances in other games, like it's in freaking Super Smash Bros., the Mystery Dungeon games. It has a, big role. I think Rayquaza is badass, so really love seeing that animation. And yeah, so now that happened, we can go on like nothing ever happened and life is good. What is that green Pokemon? Oh, it was you who brought that flying Pokemon here. Well, aren't you amazing? Yes, it totally listened to 12-year-old me. Wow, that was wicked. That third Pokemon flew down. I fear the worst. Have no fear, Jake was here, and he brought Rayquaza with him. Kyogre and Groudon both flew off to who knows where. Weather in Hoenn has returned to its normal state. Maybe what we were trying to do was something small, even meaningless to Pokemon. So the super ancient Pokemon weren't only Groudon and Kyogre. After all our fruitless scheming and frantic efforts, that one Pokemon's simple action put everything right again, as if nothing had happened. Yeah, so if you're playing Ruby or Sapphire, I'm pretty sure you get to the Cave of Origin for, whatever. If you're playing Ruby, obviously you're going up against Team Magma, so you'd be going up against Groudon in the Cave of Origin. And then if you're playing Sapphire, you'd be going up against Team Aqua and Kyogre in the Cave of Origin. But here, Cave of Origin is just kind of like a meeting ground with Wallace, who tells you to go get Rayquaza, who obviously, as you saw there, mediates the conflict between Groudon and Kyogre. So there's a little twist to the story and a lot of, some added content that they had here in Emerald, which I think is freaking awesome. I don't know if I've said this before, but the trio of legendaries here in Pokemon Emerald are my favorite. I think Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza fit so well together. All their designs are badass, and yeah, I just love them. So anyway, enough rambling, let's talk to Wallace. Jake, my eyes didn't deceive me. Thanks to your help, Sootopolis. No, all of Hoenn was saved. On behalf of the people, I thank you. This is a gift for me. Please accept it. You get the HM7, which... that is Waterfall? Yeah. You're the Rain Badge Pokemon that has learned that HM move. Can force its way up waterfalls. Where does one get the Rain Badge? You know, don't you? That's right, you have to beat the Sootopolis Gym Leader. When you're all set to go, step through that door. And this was Wallace, if you're playing Ruby and Sapphire, but as he mentioned when we met him in the Cave of Origin, his mentor, Juan, now leaves the gym. Looks like both Maxie and Archie have gone away somewhere. Perhaps they've gone to Mount Pyre to return those orbs. something we can take advantage of at some point. Probably not take advantage of, but use to our advantage at some point. Anyway, now that we're back here in Sootopolis, and we no longer need, well, yeah, we don't really need dive anymore. Let's go ahead and heal. And I'm going to pull Tentacruel out. And I'll probably do some off-screen training just to make sure I'm as good on levels as possible with the NPC trainers that I avoided. And then, yeah, the next part we'll do the Sootopolis gym, which I think with Magnetric, Sceptile, and, Altaria will do alright, Hariyama as well. I think we're going to match up pretty well against Sootopolis, which, as you could guess, based off the rain badge, is water type. So, but I'm still going to train off camera to make sure we are as prepared as possible. I learned my lesson after our efforts against Watson. All right, so anyway, that'll do it for this part. Yeah, really fun being able to see Rayquaza and see that animation. I think that was so cool they added that to these games. So yeah, but that'll do it for this part. Like I said, I'll upload this shortly after I'm done recording, and I'll probably record another one tonight and upload, since again I'm just cooped up here in the snowstorm. Alright, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time for more Pokemon Emerald. Goodbye.